following video contains a cracking good build, massive amounts of critical hit damage, and huge survivability. This build encourages a run and gunplay style. No shield required. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now entering an invaded dog zone. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
See him on the flank. They're coming around.
Contaminated gear detected. Incoming.
Get this man a shield.
Contaminated gear detected. Now detecting contaminated gear. Contaminated gear detected.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, daughter has fun on Yagi, her brain fried. My lady Papa Zenny, other lady popping Molly, why she waiting on me? Yogi my area, yogi my area. Keep on heading if you want, I drive it like a man. I don't wanna hear you, 지금 time, you know, like I'm Bango, cutting my hair. I just keep going though, 소식껏 날 믿고 I fly non-stop, Kelly에서 뉴욕 구름 위로 hop on, drive out and riding birds, honeyberry counting gobs. I do what I wanna do, 그게 나의 문의원. 너넨 꿈꾸지 말만 많지, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Get to know me and I 내 flow가 짧은 눈이 분위기는 chill. Fendi snakes on my belt, yeah.
No thanks.
Please?
No thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh.
For a turret.
Thumb here, g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Righto champions, we're at it again with another run and gun build, no shield required. This time we're rocking the exotic SMG, the BACKFIRE. It's an awesome weapon for stacking critical damage, but it has that annoying bleed on reload that can really slow down your playstyle and chunk away at your armor really fast if you're not careful. So I've set this build up to counter the shit out of that bleed. Like always, this is just how I'm running the build. If you want to mess around with the core attributes or even run the shield with it, go for it. This is another big boy build. 1.7mm armor, 4% armor regen. Over 320% critical hit damage and 100% bleed resistance. This one was so easy to put together. It's heaps of fun to use for farming in any part of the game, and it even held up in PvP. Show your love for the build, drop hashtag BackFireTank in the comments. Righto champions, I'm upscaling my social media game, and I'm now in more places than just YouTube. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and I'm even trending on TikTok. So show some love and support, follow me everywhere, click the links in the description. Also, welcome back to all you beautiful creepy subscribers. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, pull your finger out and give that sub button a click. Also show some support by engaging with this video. Giving a thumbs up and even dropping a comment really helps. It triggers some weird sciencey shit regarding the YouTube algorithm, and in turn that helps my content pop up in searches and helps the channel grow. Let's go champions, 10k subs, here we come. All your support is super appreciated. Righto champions, let's get stuck in and check out the BackFire tank. 2 reds, 5 blues, 1 skill tier, 1.7 million armor. 2-piece Seska, 1-piece Grupo, 1-piece Bellstone, 1-piece Yell, and the Memento backpack. Again, this is how I've been running it, but if you want to play around with the attributes to suit the gear that you already have and your own playstyle, go for it. For the specialization, it's Gunner. It's my go-to for run and gun PvE builds. We get that 10% armor on kill, which works great with the Memento backpack. It's going to give another layer of survivability to the build. Every third reload is 50% faster. With Gunner we unlock the Banshee Pulse, which is great to slow down NPCs off the rip and in their spawn. We generate ammo every 60 seconds, and our rate of fire is increased by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. So the main gun on the build, it's that exotic SMG, the BackFire. Nearly maxed out. With exotics we can't change the attributes, so unfortunately we are stuck with that mag size. The talent here is called Payment in Kind. Dealing damage to hostiles adds a stack of 1% crit hit damage up to 200 stacks, lasting 10 seconds. So that's 200% additional crit hit damage. As long as we land another shot, it refreshes that 10-second timer. Now the big drawback on this gun is on reload, it applies a 10-second bleed to ourself and deals 0.5% damage per stack. This bleed will slow down your movement, and when you get a decent amount of stacks too, it's going to chunk away at your armor pretty fast. That's why we've made this build how we have, and we've spec'd into hazard protection to mitigate the negative part of this talent. We don't bleed, so we only get positive vibes from this weapon. For the secondary, you could use whatever you like. I have the Apartment SMG here just because I do. I don't tend to swap weapons on this build because the moment you swap from the BackFire, we're going to lose our stacks. But if you start off with, say, the Orbit in your hand, and you nab a kill to proc that 40% crit hit damage buff straight off the rip, it's a good little critical damage boost at the start of a fight until we get some stacks up with the BackFire. Righto then, let's check out the gear. Seska mask, and it's the first of 2 pieces, so we get that 10% crit hit chance and that 10% hazard protection. Max weapon damage, max hazard protection, max crit hit damage, and a 10% bleed resistance mod. Super easy piece to get. For the chest piece, it's Gruppo for that 15% crit hit damage. I chose to put armor on this to help make this build a tank. Max crit hit chance and near max crit hit damage, and for the mod, it's another 10% bleed resistance mod. For the talent, I've gone with Obliterate. I reckon this pairs very nicely with the Backfire as well. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, and this stacks 25 times. So as we're fighting, we're gaining weapon damage and crit hit damage at the same time. Now, if you don't like Obliterate, that's cool, you can use Intimidate if you like. But remember, we don't have a shield to mitigate some of that incoming damage, so we might not always be able to make the most of our bonus armor which procs Intimidate, so just keep that in mind. For the holster, I've gone with One Piece Bellstone for that 1% armor regen. Max armor, 11.6 crit hit damage, and max hazard protection. For the knee pads, we're going to be using the DZ exclusive brand set, Yull. This brand set can only be farmed inside the Dark Zone, but every now and then we do get a piece that pops up in our clan vendor. You can then buy as many as you want, deconstruct them, get the Yull resources, and then craft your own pieces if you want. Look, I might harp on about it, but that's why you really should check out my weekly vendor reset videos. They're literally the greatest on the interweb. It only takes a couple of minutes of your time because I filter through the shit to find you the interesting buys for the week. So on the knee pads, we've got that 10% hazard protection from the brand set, near max armor, max hazard protection roll, and a near max crit hit damage roll. For the gloves, it's the second piece of Seska, max armor, max hazard, and near max crit hit damage. Pretty simple piece. Now the backpack is Memento, probably the best exotic in the game for PvE. We gain one of each core attribute, 1 weapon damage, 1 armor, and 1 skill tier, and I've modded it with another 10% bleed resistance mod. The talent is called Kill Confirmed. Enemies you kill will drop trophies, collect them for both short-term and long-term buffs. Our short-term buffs are going to last for 10 seconds, and we get 5% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency for each trophy. Our long-term buffs after collecting 30 trophies will be 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% regen. So now we're going to have 4% regen total, and these buffs will last for 300 seconds. Now, if you don't have the Memento backpack, talents like Adrenaline Rush and Bloodsucker work fine, so don't stress. Righto, for the skills, you can really use anything, even the shield if you really want to. I've been using a mixture of drones, the Defender and the Assault Drone both work fine. And for the second skill, I've been using the Banshee Pulse, which can only be unlocked with the Gunner specialization. Confuse the NPCs off the rip, get some stacks, a trophy or two, and away you go. Try a few different ones out and see what works for you, and remember, it's a game, so don't be afraid to try something and fail. Righto champions, fine print time, the stat sheet. 50.5% crit hit chance, and 122 base crit hit damage, which increases to 322% with the backfire stacks. For our survivability, we've got 165k armor on kill. I know it's not heaps, but it works very nicely with the Memento backpack trophies, and that's going to take us to 67k regen. But most importantly, our hazard protection is 70% for everything. But our bleed resistance is at 100%, meaning we will never bleed from reloading the backfire. So yeah, that's the backfire tank build. It's a big boy with a lot of critical damage, it encourages a no shield, run and gun playstyle, and is a bloody lot of fun too. So what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and give the backfire tank build a go? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. All the music on my channel is proudly brought to you by artlist.io. They're not a paid sponsor, it's just a website that I'm a member of, and their music is insanely good. It helps me and thousands of others create stunning videos with the best royalty-free music and sound effects. Artlist.io. And that's it for me on this one, champs. Drop a comment below about whatever. Any feedback, build questions, suggestions, or ideas, you know I'm easy. Help yourself and the channel, make sure that you've hit that bell notification so you know every time I upload new content. So, did you like it? Then smash that like button, and if you didn't, you can press the dislike. But remember, to support me and the channel, hit that sub button and become a creepy subscriber. And I'll catch you all in the next one, champions. I'm Plum out.